Good day, learners! For today's topic, we're going to talk about heat transfer by convection. But before that, let's have first a short review about the first form of heat transfer, which is the conduction.
Conduction is the process in which the transfer of heat takes place between objects by direct contact. The key of conduction is direct contact. In simple terms, whenever two objects are in direct contact with one another, there will be a transfer of heat from the hotter object to the colder one, which is due to conduction. Egg on a frying pan is an example. Notice that the pan is in direct contact with the flame. The energy from the pan to the egg is transferred with the process of conduction. Another example is when you iron your clothes. The clothes is in direct contact with the iron. Heat energy gets conducted from iron to clothes. So now let us move on to the next form of heat transfer, the convection. So what is convection? Convection occurs when heat is transferred through a gas or liquid by the hotter material moving into a cooler area.
Hot coffee is an example. That is because the steam coming out from the hot coffee in a form of warm air rises because of the heat of the fluid, which are the gases or the liquid.
Warm air is less dense than cold air, and so convection currents can form in the presence of a temperature gradient. Convection heat transfer is also known as convection current. Convection current is a process which involves the movement of energy from one place to another. Now you are going to perform an activity or an experiment of a simulation of convection heat transfer. This activity is called coin on the bottle. The materials you need are coin or penny, empty bottle of soft drinks, a container, and cold water. So now if you are ready, here are the procedures. First, place the bottle upside down and the penny on a container with a cold water. Next, one member of each of the group or a companion should rub both hands for about a minute or until warmed up. Third, take out the bottle and the penny outside the container and cover the lid of the bottle with the penny. Then, the member rubbing his or her hands will hold or grip the bottle with both hands. Then, observe what will happen to the penny. See if it will move without touching it. Here is a short clip of a sample simulation of convection heat transfer for you to do the activity more better. In this activity, there's a tray or container of cold water, a bottle, and a penny. What you are trying to do with the experiment or activity is to see if the penny moves without touching it. To set it up, flip the bottle up and fish out the penny or the coin and put it right on the lid of the bottle. If the hands of your partner or companion is already warm, he or she is going to grip the outside of the bottle and see if the penny moves without touching it. Grip it hard and keep watching. Observe what will happen next. After you do the activity, you will answer some related questions to the convection heat transfer process. So here are the questions. Number 1, what happened to the penny? Number 2, what makes the penny move? Number 3, how is heat transfer taking place in the setup? Number 4, where is heat coming from and where is it going? In letter B, you're going to illustrate or draw the convection current happened in the setup. In our daily life, we do not notice that we are already experiencing or doing the process of convection heat transfer. Now, here are some real-life examples of convection which are quite interesting. First, we have boiling water. The heat passes from the burner into the pot, heating the water at the bottom. Then, this hot water rises and cooler water moves down to replace it, causing a circular motion. Another example is the steaming cup of hot tea. The steam is showing heat being transferred into the air. Next example is ice melting. Heat moves to the ice from the air. This causes the melting from a solid to liquid. The fourth example is hot air balloon. A heater inside the balloon heats the air and so the air moves upward. This causes the balloon to rise because the hot air gets trapped inside. When the pilot wants to descend, he releases some of the hot air and cool air takes its place, that's causing the balloon to lower. Cooling air in air conditioners is another example. On a hot summer day, air conditioners are used constantly. The process of cooling air in air conditioners employs the very principle of convection. The air which is cold is released by the air conditioners. Now, this cold air is denser than the warm air and hence it sinks. The warm air, being less dense, rises and is drawn in by the air conditioner. As a result, a convection current is set up and the room is cooled. Now, here are some questions for you to answer correctly if you have understood the lesson. After each question, you have 5 seconds to think and choose the correct answer. Question number 1. What is convection? A. Transfer of heat by the movement of currents within a fluid or gas. B. Transfer of heat from one particle to another without the movement of matter. C. Direct transfer of heat energy from one substance to another. Number 2. Convection takes place in blank and blank. A. Gases. B. Solids. C. Liquids. D. Gases and liquids. Number 3. How convection occurs in the atmosphere? A. Cold air rises and warm air sinks. B. Warm air rises and cold air sinks. C. Warm air rises and cold air rises. D. Both cold and warm air sinks. Number 4. Boiling water in a pot is an example of what type of heat transfer? A. Conduction. B. Radiation. C. Convection. D. Introduction. Number 5. In convection, heat is passed by movements called convection currents. A. True. B. False. C. Maybe. D. None of the above. Here are the answers of the two activities. Check if your answers are correct. I know you got a perfect score, so here's my reward for you. Bye for now, class. If you have any questions, drop it on my chat box. See you around and have a good day.